Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Phelps, and I'm here to talk to you about a fundamental problem I see affecting our dental practices nationwide, and the solution I came up with to address it. So, what's the problem? Well, all of us need new patients, right? It's one of the hottest topics in dentistry right now. How do I get more people in the door? And what we don't realize is that we're missing a lot of opportunity that we're already getting every day, and we don't even see it. And so what is that opportunity? Well, believe it or not, we're finding that most offices are missing about 40 to 50 potential new patient calls a month, just from the volume you're already getting, okay? And that's nationwide. That's a pretty staggering number when you consider that each new patient we're valuing as at least worth $1,000 in the first year alone. When you factor all the things that they do in the office, they should be worth at least $1,000 to you in the first year alone, okay? So what does that mean? Well, if you're missing 40 to 50 potential new patient calls already, each one of those is worth $1,000. That means it's costing you $40 to $50,000 a month in lost revenue. That's a staggering amount. I mean, you want to grow 25%, you want to grow 50% from the year before, recover the lost calls, right? At $1,000 each, you'll make it up that year, okay? It's a very easy way to grow your practices. But it's very hard to do, and why? Because we don't even see the problem. The other question I get asked is, well, how am I missing that many calls? You know, we're not missing that many calls. My front desk does a great job, you know, whatever. But the sad reality is that as hard as they try, you're always going to miss some calls, okay, until now. But why are they missing them? Well, number one, you're usually understaffed, okay? You've got one staff member at the front and too many calls coming in for them to handle it. So if they're checking out a patient, an existing patient, right, or on the phone with an insurance company or something, then the phone call cannot get through, okay? Even practices with 2 people, you're not safe. I actually have 3 people at my offices at the front desk answering the telephone, okay? So you're understaffed is a big problem. If you did have multiple staff members, guess what? They're still tying up the new patient lines, okay? Well, if Tina's on the phone with the insurance company verifying benefits for your patient, she's on hold for 20 or 30 minutes on average, okay? And Jill is on the other phone that you've got in the office and on hold, right? Confirming patients for the next day or working with another patient on the telephone. And now they're both on the phone and a new patient calls, guess what happens? The call gets missed. And what we define missed is that the call is either unanswered, meaning that the call never gets through, the caller hangs up before it connects. The caller gets a busy signal, or the call goes to voicemail because again, no one could grab it, right? That's what we define all as a missed call. So why else are we missing them? Well, maybe the patients are calling when you're not there. Okay, a lot of us go to lunch from 1 to 2. The whole office clears out. Well, guess when potential new patients call your office for an appointment? When they get back from lunch at 1 o'clock. They pick up the phone and call, and no one's there to grab the phone. Okay, maybe it's on Fridays, right? Some of you may not be open on Fridays, and that's okay, right? But what we're finding is potential new patients are calling on Fridays to see if you are open. So even if you don't want to be there, sometimes the data can justify hiring a staff member to be there on Friday to grab those calls. If not, you're missing a significant amount of opportunity, okay, going out the door every month. And so what's the solution, all right? How do we get rid of these missed calls? How do we decrease these things as much as we can and get more of that $40,000 to $50,000 a month coming back into the practice? Well, the solution comes from something I created, patent-pending technology, okay, which has allowed me to decrease my missed calls from over 120 a month is what I used to get to now less than 5, okay? And here's how I did it. It's a 2-part plan. Part 1 is we use something like this, okay? Call it the office cell phone, right? I added this, I went to AT&T and I added this phone to my plan for $9.99 a month, okay? With unlimited text and call data, all right? I leave that at the front desk, okay? And now I ask my staff members, anytime they're on hold with it, or they're going to call an insurance company, or anytime they're confirming patients for the next day, or doing some kind of task like that, where they're going to be on the phone for a period of time, I ask them to use the office cell phone to make that call, okay? What that means is if they're on hold with the insurance company using the cell phone, and the new patient phone call comes through, right, now the phone's going to ring, and they can put down the cell phone and capture the new patient call, okay? And when they hang up with the new patient, I guarantee you pick up the cell phone, you're still probably going to be on hold with insurance companies. But it puts the power back in the front desk control, okay, not in the hands of the insurance company or someone else. The other thing we've done, which is partly why we're patent pending with our tracking service, is we created a missed call text alert feature, okay? And it's patent pending because no one else in our industry has done it, right? And it was the solution I felt was the best way to handle the problem at hand. So what that means is if a call does get missed, unanswered, busy, or goes to voicemail, guess what happens, right? For whatever reason, that office cell phone and the doctor's cell phone get a text message from our system within 10 seconds of that happening. And here's what it says. Hey, you just missed a call from this potential new patient at this number from this ad source, say your website or direct mail piece or whatever. You got 7 minutes, call them back now. And what Google did a study on was it showed that if you try to call a potential new patient back within 7 minutes of missing that call, you actually have a great chance of recapturing them and scheduling them an appointment. Otherwise, they Google the next dentist and they're on to the next office. Okay, so now in real time, you have a chance to recapture those lost opportunities. All right, it's a powerful feature. Okay, and what is it going to do for you? Well, it's going to do a couple things. So using the office cell phone, using our text alert feature with our tracking service, it's going to get rid of the missed, unanswered, busy calls. Okay, what else is it going to do? Revenue is no longer lost. You're going to grow. You're going to get more new patients in the door, and it's not going to cost you a single extra penny in marketing expense to do it. Okay, so now this $40,000 to $50,000 in potential revenue can be back in your hands, or at least some portion of it. So there's nothing out there like us. I highly recommend you check out our tracking service. If we can be of help to you at all, please let us know.